Many
Listen with a
people
quiet mind,
spend their lives
for what is spoken
chasing
here is not
financial
new knowledge
freedom,
but forgotten understanding,
believing that wealth
like water already in the
is
river,
something waiting
for you to
outside of
recognize
them.
its flow.
They work harder,
There are moments in life when
worry
a person
more,
feels
and
unlucky, as if the
constantly
world has turned
look
away
for the
from
next
them.
opportunity.
Doors remain closed,
Yet
efforts
peace
feel heavy,
remains
and even small
distant.
victories
The
seem
truth
delayed.
is that
Yet in
financial
truth, luck is
freedom
not something that
begins
arrives from
long before
outside.
money arrives.
It is shaped within by discipline, awareness,
starts
purity of
in
intention,
the
and the way
mind.
one moves
A
through each day.
restless mind
Salt teaches this
creates
silently.
restless
A
results,
small grain, yet it
while
changes
a
everything it
disciplined
touches.
mind
Without it,
creates a
food
path
feels lifeless. With
toward
it, even simple
abundance.
meals become
Look
complete.
carefully
So too is your presence
at
in
the
the world.
habits
You do
that
not
shape
need to be
your
large in
days.
position or loud in voice.
Every thought
But you
is
must
like
be
a
precise
seed
in character.
planted in the soil
One
of your
grain of
future.
truth can transform
Thoughts
an
of
entire
fear,
situation.
scarcity,
One act of honesty can shift
and
the
doubt
direction of
grow
your
into
life.
hesitation
The first way is
and
understanding
missed
balance.
opportunities.
Salt is never too
Thoughts
much,
of
never too
clarity,
little in its natural
patience,
purpose. In
and
the same way,
confidence
life becomes fortunate
grow
when
into
extremes
wise
are avoided.
decisions
Too much
and
desire
steady
burns the
progress.
mind.
The
Too
quality
little
of your
effort weakens
financial
the
life
path.
is often
Balance
a
creates space for
reflection of the
clarity,
quality
and clarity
of
is
your
the
inner life.
birthplace of opportunity. The second
To
way is
activate a
purification. Salt has
mindset
been
of
used for
financial
cleansing across
freedom.
cultures, not just physically
Begin
but
each
symbolically.
day
When intention
with
is purified,
stillness,
when actions are
before
not driven
checking
by harm,
messages,
deception, or greed,
before looking
the
at
mind
numbers,
becomes lighter. A light
sit
mind
quietly for a
notices
few
chances that
moments.
a burdened mind cannot
Observe
see.
your breath.
Luck
Allow
often
the
appears
mind
when
to
the mind is
settle
clean
like
enough to
clear
recognize
water.
it. The third
Wealth
way is
is
patience.
wisdom,
Salt does not
discipline,
rush its effect.
health,
It dissolves gradually,
gratitude,
working silently until
and
the
the
whole is
ability to make
transformed.
good choices
Many people lose
consistently.
what they call
When these
luck
qualities grow,
because they abandon their
financial
efforts too
success
early.
often follows
Seeds
naturally.
require time beneath the soil before
Practice
they become visible.
gratitude daily.
What you call delay
Many
is often
people
preparation.
focus only
The
on
fourth
what
way
they
is
lack.
humility. Salt is
This
found
habit
everywhere, in
creates
oceans,
a
in earth,
feeling
in food,
of endless
yet it never announces
shortage.
itself.
Instead,
True strength does not
recognize what
demand
is already
attention.
present in your life.
When ego softens,
Be
learning
thankful
begins.
for your skills,
When learning
your
begins, paths
opportunities,
open that pride
your
could never find.
experiences,
Many
and
doors of
even the
fortune remain
lessons
closed
hidden
not by
inside
fate, but by
difficulties.
resistance within the
Gratitude
self.
shifts attention from
The
scarcity
fifth way
to
is
possibility.
mindfulness in speech.
A mind
Just as
that
salt
sees
can enhance or
possibilities
ruin
is more
flavor
likely
depending
to
on measure,
recognize opportunities
words can
that
heal or
others
harm depending on
overlook.
awareness.
Another daily
Speech
practice
spoken without anger,
is
without
mindful
exaggeration,
spending.
and without deception
Before
becomes a
every
source of
purchase,
trust.
Pause
And trust
and
is
ask
one
a
of the
simple
strongest
question.
forms of luck a
Does
person
this
can
serve
have
my
in the world.
long-term well-being,
The sixth way is
or only a
simplicity.
temporary desire?
Salt does not compete
This
with other
small
flavors, it supports
moment
them.
of awareness
When life becomes unnecessarily
can transform
complicated,
your
filled with
financial
unnecessary
future.
desires, comparisons,
Financial
and
freedom
noise,
is
clarity
not always
disappears.
about earning more.
Simplicity is not lack.
Often
It is direction.
about using
When you
resources
reduce what is
wisely.
unnecessary, what is
Every
meaningful
conscious
becomes
choice
powerful.
strengthens
The seventh way
self-mastery,
is inner stability.
and
Salt
self-mastery
remains stable under
is
different
one of the
conditions,
greatest
whether in heat or
forms
cold,
of wealth.
dissolved or
Develop
solid.
patience
Likewise,
with your
a steady
financial
mind does
journey.
not collapse under praise or criticism.
Many people
Fortune
want
is not only about
immediate
gaining,
results.
it is also about
They
not
plant
losing
a
yourself
seed
when
today
conditions change.
and expect a
Stability
tree
becomes
tomorrow.
protection, and
But
protection
nature
becomes
teaches a
progress.
different
When these
lesson.
7 understandings are lived, what people call
Growth
luck begins to
happens
change its
gradually.
form. It no longer
Wealth
feels like
built
something
with
random that
patience,
visits sometimes and
learning,
leaves quickly.
and consistent
Instead,
effort
it becomes a steady
tends to
rhythm
be
created
stronger
by your
than
own
wealth
conduct.
gained
You begin to notice
through
that opportunities were
impulsive
never
actions.
absent. They were
Trust
simply
the
unseen.
process.
You realize
Small
that timing was
improvements
never
repeated
against you, it
daily
was shaping
can create
you, and
extraordinary
you understand that the
results
world
over
was never
time.
closed, it was reflecting your inner
Begin
state.
each day
Luck
with
is
inner
internal,
stillness.
not external.
Spend
The
a few
speech
minutes
emphasizes
in
that what people
silence
call luck
and
is
mindful
actually shaped by
breathing
inner
every
qualities
morning
like
to
mindset,
develop
discipline,
clarity,
and awareness,
focus,
not random
and wise
chance.
decision-making.
There are moments in
Each
life when a
morning
person
offers
feels
a
as if
fresh
fortune is
opportunity
turned away from them.
to shape the
Effort is
direction of
given,
your
time
life.
is invested, and
Before
yet
the noise
results
of the
appear
world
delayed
enters
or
your
incomplete.
mind, sit
In
quietly
such
for a
moments,
few
the mind
moments
begins to believe
and
that
allow
luck
yourself
belongs
to
only to a
become fully
few
present.
and avoids others.
There is great power
But this
in
understanding
beginning
is
the day
shallow,
with
for what is
stillness.
called luck is often the
When the
reflection
mind
of
is
inner
constantly
condition rather than
occupied
outer
by
chance.
worries, plans,
When the mind is
and
scattered, even
distractions,
opportunities stand unnoticed.
it becomes difficult
When the mind is
to
steady,
see
even
clearly.
small chances become
Decisions
great
made
doors.
from a restless
Consider
mind
the nature of a
are
single
often
grain that is
influenced
found
by
everywhere
fear,
in life. It is small,
impatience,
simple, and
or
often ignored,
confusion.
yet its presence
However,
changes
when you
everything
take
it
time
touches.
to settle your thoughts,
Without it, food feels empty and
clarity
incomplete, but
naturally
with it,
begins
even
to
simple
emerge.
meals gain depth and meaning.
Focus gently
This shows a
on your
quiet truth.
breathing. Notice
Greatness is
each
not always
inhale
about
and
size
exhale
or power,
without
but
trying
about
to
influence.
change anything.
In the same way, a human
As your
being does not
attention
need to be
rests
the
on the
loudest
breath,
or the richest to
The
experience a
mind
meaningful
gradually
life.
becomes calmer.
Even a small
This
act of
simple
truth,
practice
kindness, or awareness
trains
can
you to
shift the
observe
direction of
thoughts
one's journey.
without
Balance
becoming
is one of the
controlled
most
by
important
them.
principles in shaping life.
Over time,
When a person moves
you
into
develop
extremes,
greater awareness
whether
of your
in desire,
emotions,
anger, ambition, or fear, the
impulses,
mind loses its
and
clarity.
habits.
Too much desire
This
creates
awareness
restlessness,
is valuable
and too little
because
effort
financial freedom
creates
is often
stagnation.
built
Between these
through
extremes
wise
lies a
choices
space where
made
understanding grows.
consistently over
In that
many
space,
years.
decisions become
A calm
wiser and
mind
actions
is
become
better
more
able to
effective.
recognize
Life
opportunities,
becomes less about chasing luck and more
avoid
about creating the
unnecessary
conditions where
risks,
luck naturally
and
appears.
respond
Purity of
thoughtfully
intention
to
also plays a
challenges.
silent but
Instead
powerful
of reacting
role.
impulsively,
When actions are driven by
you learn
honesty
to
rather
act
than
with
greed,
intention.
and when thoughts are not
The few
polluted by
minutes
harm or
spent in
manipulation,
silence each
the
morning
mind becomes
may
lighter.
seem small,
A heavy mind is
but their
blind to
influence can
possibilities,
extend
but
throughout
a light
the entire
mind
day
notices even
by
small openings in
cultivating
daily
inner peace
life.
first.
Often what people call a lucky moment is
create
simply
a
a clear
strong
mind
foundation
recognizing what
for
others
wiser
overlook.
actions.
Purity does
Greater
not guarantee
discipline
instant
and
results, but
lasting
it refines
prosperity.
perception, and refined
Practice
perception leads to better outcomes.
Gratitude
Patience is another hidden
instead of
strength that many
scarcity.
overlook.
Focus on
Growth
what
in
you
nature
already
is never
have,
rushed.
rather than
Seeds
what you
remain
lack.
unseen beneath the soil for a long time
Gratitude
before
helps
anything becomes
create an
visible above the
abundance
surface.
mindset
Yet
and
during that
opens your
hidden period,
awareness
transformation is still
to
taking place.
opportunities.
Similarly,
Gratitude
many
is one of
efforts
the
in
most
life require
powerful
time
ways
before
to
results can be
transform
seen.
your relationship
Those who give up
with
early
money
assume they
and
are
life.
unlucky, but in reality they simply
When the
left
mind is
before the
constantly
process was complete.
focused on what is
Patience
missing,
allows life to unfold
it
in its
begins
natural
to feel
rhythm.
that nothing
Humility further
is
strengthens
ever
this journey.
enough. This creates
When a
stress,
person believes they already know everything,
dissatisfaction,
learning stops. But when
and
there
a
is
sense of
humility, every
struggle.
experience becomes a teacher.
even when basic
failure
needs
becomes
are
useful.
already met.
Humility
But
also removes
when you
unnecessary
intentionally
resistance
shift
from the
your
mind,
attention
making it easier to
toward
accept
what is
guidance,
already
correction,
present,
and improvement.
something
Many
important
opportunities are missed,
changes
not because they were
inside
unavailable,
you
but
begin
because
to
pride
notice the
blocked the
value of
ability
your
to
current
recognize them.
situation,
Salt symbolizes
your
balance
skills,
and transformation,
your health,
just as salt
and
enhances food in the
the
right
small
amount.
opportunities
Balanced behavior
that
in life
often
creates
go
clarity and
unnoticed.
opens opportunities for
Practicing
growth and
gratitude
success.
does
A
not
small
mean
grain can
ignoring
transform an entire
challenges
meal without drawing
or
attention to
pretending
itself.
everying is
It does
perfect.
not seek praise,
It
yet
means
its absence is
acknowledging both
immediately felt.
difficulties and blessings
This quiet
with
power
awareness.
reveals a deep truth about life itself.
Even in tough
Real influence is
situations,
often silent.
there are
The
lessons
world
that can
teaches
help
people to
you
chase
grow
visibility,
stronger
status,
and wiser.
and recognition.
When you
Believing these
recognize
things
these
create
lessons,
importance.
your mindset
Yet the greatest
becomes
transformations
more stable
usually begin
and
in
less
unseen
reactive.
places. Inside habits,
Instead
thoughts,
of feeling
intentions,
stuck,
and daily actions that
you
appear
start to
ordinary
see
at first glance.
possibilities for
Many people
improvement.
search for luck in
This
distant places.
shift
They wait for a
in
perfect
thinking
opportunity,
also
a sudden
affects
breakthrough,
financial
or a miraculous
behavior.
event that will change everything
A
overnight.
grateful mind
But life
is less
rarely
driven
changes
by
in one
impulsive
dramatic
spending
moment. More
or
often it changes
comparison
through
with
small,
others.
consistent
It
shifts that
becomes
slowly
more
reshape the
thoughtful,
future. Just
more
as one grain
patient,
added each day can eventually
and
fill a
more
vessel,
satisfied
one
with
disciplined
meaningful
action repeated
progress
daily can alter the
rather
direction of
than
an entire
instant
life.
gratification.
There is wisdom in understanding
Over time,
that size
this
does not determine
mindset
value.
naturally supports
A
better
mountain appears
decisions,
powerful because of its size, but
stronger
even a tiny
discipline,
seed can split
and a
stone over
healthier
time when it grows
relationship
with patience
with
and
resources.
persistence.
Gratitude
In the same way, a
quietly
simple
builds
habit
the
practiced
foundation
with
for
sincerity
long-term
carries more
stability
power than grand
and inner
promises
peace.
left unfinished. Waking with
Make
gratitude,
mindful
speaking
financial
honestly,
decisions
controlling anger, helping others
before
quietly,
spending
and remaining
money.
disciplined during difficult
Pause and
moments may
ask
seem
whether the
small,
purchase
yet these actions
supports
gradually
your
shape
long-term
character.
goals,
And character
or only
influences
satisfies
destiny
a
more deeply
temporary
than
desire.
temporary luck ever can.
End.
The human mind often
Deepful
overlooks what is
financial
simple. It
decisions
becomes attracted to
are the bridge
complexity
between
because
intention
complexity feels important.
and real
But
financial
nature itself
freedom.
teaches
Many
through
people
simplicity.
lose control
Water
of their
flows
money,
without struggle,
not because
yet
they
it shapes
lack
valleys
income,
and mountains
but
over
because
time.
they spend
The sun
without
rises each day
awareness.
without noise, yet all life depends
Every
upon it.
purchase,
Likewise, the simplest
no
qualities
matter
in a
how
person,
small,
kindness,
carries
patience,
an effect on your
calmness,
future
awareness,
stability.
often
When you
create
develop
the
the habit
strongest
of
impact.
pausing before spending,
People remember how they felt in someone's
you begin
presence
to
more than
regain
the person's wealth
control
or status.
over your
A
financial
person who carries
direction
peace within
in
themselves
that
affects
small
every
moment of
environment they enter.
pause.
Their words become softer,
You
their
create
decisions
space
clearer
space
and their
for
relationship stronger.
clarity Instead of
Opportunities naturally
reacting to
move
desire
towards such
or
individuals
impulse,
because trust grows around
you
them.
start
Many call this
observing
luck,
whether the
but it
purchase
is often the
truly
result of inner
necessary
harmony expressed outwardly.
or simply
Chaos within
emotional.
creates
This
confusion
awareness
outside, while calmness within
slowly
creates stability
transforms
outside.
your behavior.
There is also a
You
lesson in
begin to
moderation.
distinguish between
Salt,
needs
used
and
wisely,
wants
brings
more clearly.
balance, but too much destroys
And this
flavor.
distinction
In the
becomes
same
a
way,
powerful tool
ambition without
for
wisdom
financial
becomes
growth.
greed.
Mindful
Confidence without
spending does
humility
not
becomes
mean living
arrogance,
without comfort
and desire
or joy.
without discipline becomes suffering.
It means
Life becomes
aligning your
fortunate
choices
when moderation guides
with your
action.
long-term
A balanced mind sees
well-being.
reality
When you
clearly, while an
spend with
excessive
awareness,
mind remains trapped in endless
even
craving.
limited resources
Silence also carries
can
hidden
feel
strength.
more
Not every
sufficient.
battle requires
You reduce
reaction, and not
waste,
every opinion
avoid
deserves response.
regret,
A calm
build a
person
stronger
conserves
sense of
energy while
discipline.
others waste themselves in conflict.
Over time,
This inner restraint
this
allows
practice
clearer thinking and wiser
shapes your
choices.
mindset.
Often
You no
what appears
longer
to be
see
weakness
money
is actually
as something
mastery
that
over
disappears
impulse,
quickly,
the ability to remain
but
steady
as a
in difficult
resource
situations
that can be
protects both
guided
peace and
with
progress.
intelligence.
Another
Each
truth is that
mindful
transformation
decision
begins within before it
strengthens your
appears
confidence
externally. Just as flavor
and
spreads invisibly
reinforces
through food before it is tasted,
self-control.
inner
This
change spreads through
quiet
life before
discipline
visible results appear.
becomes one of the
A person who
strongest
becomes disciplined
foundations
internally
for
eventually
lasting
develops external
financial
success. A
freedom
person who
and
develops
stability
gratitude
in
internally
life.
begins attracting
Develop
healthier relationships
patience
externally.
and
The outer world
consistency.
often reflects the condition
Financial
of the inner
freedom
world.
grows
Purity and
through
simplicity
small
attract
daily
clarity. A
improvements.
clean, honest, and simple way of living
Disciplined
reduces
habits
mental burden,
and long-term
helping a person
thinking
notice
rather than
opportunities that were
seeking quick
previously hidden.
results.
Purity is often
Patience
misunderstood in the modern
is one
world.
of the most essential
Many imagine it as
qualities
something connected
on the
only to
path
rituals,
to
appearances, or
financial
strict
freedom.
rules, but true purity
Yet,
begins within
it is
the mind.
often the most
It is the condition of
overlooked
living
in a
without
world
constant
that
deception,
encourages
bitterness,
instant
greed, or
results.
harmful intention. A pure
Many
mind is not a
people
perfect
expect
mind.
success to
It is
happen
simply a
quickly.
mind that is honest with
When
itself.
progress
And when
feels
honesty
slow,
enters the heart, confusion
they become
slowly begins to
discouraged
leave. There
and
is a
change
reason clear
direction
water
too
reflects the
often,
sky more beautifully
never
than muddy
allowing
water.
their efforts
When the
enough
surface is
time to
disturbed,
mature.
reflection becomes
But true
distorted.
growth in
In the
wealth,
same way, a mind filled
like
with
growth
anger,
in
jealousy,
nature,
fear, or
follows
endless
its own
desire cannot
steady
see life
rhythm.
clearly. It reacts
When
without
you
understanding
plant
and judges
a
without
seed,
awareness.
you do not dig
Opportunities
it
pass
up every
unnoticed
day
because
to
attention is
check
trapped in
if
inner
it is
noise.
growing.
But when the
You
mind becomes
trust the
calm and clean,
process,
perception sharpens.
water it
What once looked
consistently,
like bad luck
and allow
often reveals
time to
itself
do
as
its
poor
work.
awareness. People frequently search
In the
outside
same
themselves
way,
for change while
financial
ignoring the
stability
condition of their
develops
inner world.
through
They
repeated effort,
rearrange their surroundings,
learning,
blame
and
circumstances, or
persistence.
envy the success of
Small
others, yet continue
actions,
carrying the
when
same heavy
practiced
thoughts each
daily,
day. But no
gradually
environment
build
can bring
strong
lasting
results.
peace to a mind that remains disturbed
Even
within.
if the changes seem
Transformation
invisible at
begins
first,
the moment a person
they are
stops fighting the
quietly
world and
shaping
starts
your future.
observing themselves honestly.
Patience
Purity also appears in
protects
intention.
you from
Two people may perform the
impulsive
same action,
decisions.
yet the energy behind
Without
the action
patience,
changes everything.
people often
One may
chase
help others for
shortcuts,
recognition, while another
risky
helps quietly
opportunities,
without expecting
or
reward.
emotional spending.
Though the action
which
appears
can
identical
lead
on
to
the surface, the
setbacks.
inner quality
With
is
patience,
different.
you develop the
Intentions shape
ability
the
to
unseen
stay
atmosphere
steady
around a
during
person.
uncertainty,
Those who act with
and
sincerity
continue
create
making
trust
thoughtful
naturally,
choices,
and trust becomes
even
one of the
when
strongest
results
doors to
are not
opportunity in life.
immediate. Over
A person
time,
with pure intentions sleeps peacefully because
calm
there
and
is no
steady
hidden war
approach
inside them.
builds
They do
resilience.
not waste energy
You learn to
maintaining
trust
false
your
appearances
journey,
or manipulating
accept
others for
gradual
temporary
progress,
gain.
and
Their mind
remain
remains lighter, and a
consistent.
light mind moves through life with greater
Patience
clarity.
becomes not
Clarity
just a
leads
habit,
to wiser
but a
decisions,
strength
and
that
wise
supports
decisions often
lasting
appear to others
financial
as
growth
luck.
and
Nature
inner
teaches this
stability.
lesson
Cultivate
continuously.
positive
A tree does not
thoughts
force its
and
fruit to grow
generosity.
overnight. It simply remains rooted,
Replace limiting
absorbs what
beliefs
is necessary,
about money
and
with
grows
empowering
according
ones,
to its nature.
and
In the
practice
same way,
generosity
a person who nurtures
to
inner
strengthen
cleanliness
a mindset
slowly
of
develops
abundance
strength
and
without needing to
prosperity.
chase approval
Your
from the
thoughts
world.
about money
Their
and
confidence
abundance
becomes natural
quietly shape
rather
the
than
direction of your
performative.
financial life.
Purity is also connected to
Many
speech.
people
Words
carry
spoken
deep
carelessly
beliefs
leave deep
formed over
wounds,
years,
sometimes deeper
such
than
as
physical
money is
injury.
hard to earn,
A person
or
who learns
there
to
is
speak
never
truthfully
enough.
and gently
These
creates
thoughts
harmony
may
around
feel
themselves.
natural,
Their presence becomes calming
but
rather
they
than
limit
exhausting.
perception
Relationships
and
improve
influence
because
behavior.
people feel safe
When the
in their
mind is
honesty.
convinced
Many
of
opportunities
scarcity,
in life come
it
not through
tends to
talent
focus
alone, but through
only on
trust,
problems,
built over time by clean
obstacles,
actions and
and
mindful
lack
speech.
of opportunity.
Patience and humility are essential for
Often
progress, like
ignoring
salt that works slowly
possibilities
and silently.
that
True
are
success
already
develops over
present.
time.
Changing
Humility
this
allows
inner
learning,
dialogue
while impatience blocks
is a
long-term
powerful
results.
step.
Patience is
toward
one of the quietest
transformation.
forms of strength,
When you begin
yet it
to
is also
observe
one of the
your
rarest.
thoughts
Many people
without
desire
accepting them
success,
blindly,
peace, and transformation,
you
but few are
create
willing to
space
remain
for
steady
new
long enough for these
understanding,
things to grow
replacing
naturally.
limiting ideas
The modern
with more
mind wants
constructive
immediate
ones,
results. It wants effort
such as
today
the
and
ability
reward
to
tomorrow.
learn, grow,
But life does not
and
follow the
create
rhythm of
value.
impatience.
Gradually
Nature itself moves
reshapes your
slowly,
mindset.
carefully, and with
This
perfect
does
timing.
not happen
A seed placed into
instantly,
the earth does not become a tree in a
but
single day.
through repetition
For a long
and
period,
awareness,
nothing appears on the surface.
the mind begins to shift.
To
Alongside
impatient
this
eyes,
inner
it may
work,
seem as though nothing is happening at all.
generosity
Yet beneath
plays
the
an
soil,
important
roots are
role.
forming quietly.
Generosity
Strength
is
is
not
developing
only
in
about
hidden
money.
places before growth
It
becomes visible.
includes sharing time,
Human life follows the same principle.
knowledge,
Many of the most
kindness,
important transformations
and
happen
support.
silently
When you
long
give
before they
without
can be
fear,
seen externally.
you train
People
your
often call
mind to
themselves
trust
unlucky
abundance
simply because they abandoned
instead
their
of
path too
scarcity.
early. They mistake
This
delay
does
for
not mean
failure.
being careless with
But
resources,
delay is not always denial.
but rather recognizing
Sometimes
that
life is
value
preparing
flows
the
more
mind before
freely
delivering
when
the
it is shared
opportunity.
wisely.
A person who
Over
receives success without
time,
wisdom often destroys it quickly.
positive
Therefore,
thinking,
time itself becomes a
combined
teacher.
with thoughtful
Difficulties
generosity,
build endurance,
builds
setbacks
confidence,
develop humility, and waiting
reduces
strengthens
fear,
awareness.
and
Patience is not
strengthens your
passive.
sense
It does
of
not mean doing
possibility.
nothing while
It
hoping
helps you
life
move
changes
from
on
a
its own.
mindset of
True patience
limitation
is active
to
and
one of
disciplined.
growth,
It means continuing to walk
openness,
forward even when results
and
are invisible.
long-term
It
abundance.
means remaining committed